Michael Zakkour is author of China's Super Consumers, What 1 Billion Customers Want and How to Sell It to Them. And I asked him what was changing for both on and offline shoppers in China.
For sure, the biggest change in Chinese consumption over the last decade is the migration to e-commerce. China is now not only the largest consumer market in the world, it's the largest e-commerce market in the world. There are roughly 650 million online shoppers in China today. And I'd say the second big change is what followed online shopping, which is the move to mobile commerce. And so there are more than 1.2 billion mobile handsets in use. And right now, the average for purchases, about 80% of all purchases online are made through a mobile device in China.
How have rising incomes also impacted the market, and what do you project as incomes continue to increase?
Well, as you know, as we've seen over the last 30 years, in a country that essentially had no middle class, China is now home to the largest middle class in the world. So there are roughly 300 million middle class Chinese. We're expecting in the next 5 to 8 years that number will double to 600 million middle class consumers. And it is the middle class, as we've seen in countries around the world, including the United States, that really drive consumption. So, you know, buying the cars, buying the homes, filling the homes with those things, paying more attention to health and wellness and lifestyle. And that's where we're really going to see urbanization, the growth of the middle class.
Michael, what about domestic companies versus international companies? Right now, who is winning over all these Chinese consumers, and how are they doing it?
Well, I think, you know, there's a healthy environment for foreign and domestic companies in China. So it really depends on the category. I think we still see Chinese consumers' preference for Western apparel, Western luxury brands, lifestyle brands like Nike. Starbucks is doing gangbusters. They're supposed to open 500 new Starbucks in China this year. But of course, domestic companies have the home field advantage. And I think especially in technology, we're seeing the big names, Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, you know, these great technology companies are not only leading China into a new age of technology, but the rest of the world.
Well, and you talk about online shopping and mobile shopping with apps and using your phones. What do you think is the next big trend in China?
It's really the reinvention of retail. And so what we're seeing from companies like JD.com, from Alibaba.com, from Tencent, they're redefining the entire retail and shopping experience. And I think from a global perspective, we're seeing especially Alibaba and Amazon in a race to get 2 billion customers, to reinvent retail. And really, especially China's leading the way in what we call O to O, online to offline commerce, or what we call unichannel commerce.